In response to the directives from His Excellency, the President of the Republic, I am pleased to announce that I have just returned from London, whereby I represented the people and the government of the Republic of South Sudan at London Conference on Sudan. Upon my arrival in London, I was warmly received by the Special Representative of the British Foreign Secretary of State and the head of mission, including the entire staff of our embassy in London. This high-level global conference was organized and co-hosted by the United Kingdom, France, Germany, European Union, and the African Union, with the overall objective to addressing the conflict in Sudan and the impacts of this conflict into the neighboring countries. The conference brought together foreign ministers and representatives from across the globe to discuss urgent need for peaceful resolution of the conflict in Sudan, including the growing humanitarian emergency or urgency that resulted to this conflict. South Sudan's participation in this conference was mainly to reaffirm our commitment to the regional peace and stability and to brief the participants about the role of South Sudan in Sudan's peace process, including our keen intention to brief the international community about the current political and security situation in South Sudan. I successfully and confidently delivered at the briefing, which was well received by the organizers and the participants who expressed sincere thanks and appreciation. In my keynote speech, I thank the organizers on behalf of His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Salva Kiir Mayardit, for inviting South Sudan and for their continued support to the people and the government of South Sudan. I then emphasize President Kiir's constructive role in Sudan's peace process and the government of South Sudan's efforts, including rendering humanitarian assistance to the people of Sudan. I also updated the participants on the progress of the peace process in South Sudan and the current political and security situation in South Sudan. And I strongly reaffirm South Sudan's commitment to stability and implementation of the peace agreement as appropriate. And I reassured them of a strong position declared by His Excellency President Salva of not returning the country back to the war. In separate note, I reiterated South Sudan's neutrality in Sudan's conflict and our readiness to support and mediate the ongoing peace efforts and drawing from our own experience in resolving conflict through dialogue and reconciliation. On the other hand, I held productive sideline meetings with foreign ministers and heads of delegation from the United Kingdom, Norway, Germany, Uganda, Kenya, Chad, Canada, Saudi Arabia, Switzerland, as well as with representatives from the United Nations and European Union, among others. These engagements provided valuable opportunities to strengthen bilateral relations, explore avenues for humanitarian cooperation and coordination efforts to support the peace and stability in Sudan and the wider region. In another important engagement, I had an opportunity to conduct comprehensive bilateral meeting with the Director General for Africa and America Affairs at the British Foreign Commonwealth Development Office, where we discussed ways of deepening and the existing partnership and enhance the existing cordial bilateral relations between South Sudan and the United Kingdom. Furthermore, I also had an opportunity to meet with our ambassador to United Kingdom and the entire staff of our embassy in London. Following my mission to London, I traveled to Addis Ababa, whereby I met with the chairperson and the deputy chairperson of the African Union Commission and my brother, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Federal Republic of Ethiopia, respectively. This is my first visit abroad after my appointment as the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, and I am confident that the outcomes of this visit will be for the best benefit of our country, for the best benefit of our people and the government. Thank you.